The trumpet is are you ready for this? You ready for it? An aerophone, also known as a wind instrument. Good news is we breathe in and we breathe out 24/7. So as trumpet players, breathing should be a breeze. When we learn to take a relaxed, natural breath and then send that air through the trumpet like a steady flowing wind, our sound will begin to be fuller and more resonant. In this video, we'll talk about some easy and effective ways to develop solid, natural breathing habits, which will help you unlock your musical potential and unleash your voice. Let's start from the top, breathing in. It would seem like a no-brainer since we do it all the time. But for some reason, whenever we put a trumpet in front of our face, a part of our brain goes haywire and we get this sort of thing. The goal in all brass playing, other than making awesome music, is to be efficient in how we play and to avoid any unnecessary tension. To create an easy and effortless sound, the air has to be easy and effortless. This doesn't help the cause. It just adds tension, which is going to clamp down on your elegant, beautiful sound, and a tight sound just makes trumpet playing harder in general. So, if you remember anything from this video, remember this. Breathing on the trumpet or any brass instrument needs to be as natural and easy as possible. Okay, here are two visuals to help you out. Think about the way that you yawn. Probably just by thinking about yawning, you'll start doing it. Have you ever noticed how much air you take in when you yawn and how relaxed that air is? So, when you get ready to breathe before playing something, just pretend that you're yawning. Here's another one. Pretend you're getting ready to dive into the deep end of a nice, warm pool. Try it. Go ahead and stand up at your computer or with your phone, whatever, and close your eyes and jump, pretending that you're jumping into that warm pool. Now, notice how naturally and deeply you breathe in when you jump. Do it a few times and really pay attention to how easy, relaxed, and natural it is. That's how we should breathe in whenever we play the trumpet. Just remember, not this, but this. Just practice breathing in naturally, and your body will instinctively do what it needs to tank up. Avoid thinking about moving specific muscles, like, for example, the diaphragm, which, by the way, we don't have any control over. Instead of thinking about muscles, just breathe easy, full and natural, think of these visualizations, and you'll be set. Now we need to send that air through the trumpet. Like breathing in, exhaling should be done without overthinking it. Just blow out a nice, steady, forward-flowing stream of air. Okay, try this. Take a piece of paper and hold it up on the top in the middle and hold it about 3 or 4 inches away from your face. Next, breathe in naturally, like we've been talking about, and then blow that nice, steady, forward-flowing stream of air in a way that the paper floats happily in the breeze and keeps floating. Do that a handful of times until you really get that sense of flow. When the trumpet is involved, we set up a steady column of flowing air through the instrument, which in turn, with the good support of embouchure, creates a full, resonant sound. And the more resonant the sound, the easier it is to play anything on the trumpet. We can't talk about breathing and brass playing without mentioning the legendary Arnold Jacobs. Arnold Jacobs was the principal tuba of the Chicago Symphony for 44 incredible years and was largely responsible for the legendary Chicago brass sound, along with another brass legend you might have heard about, Bud Herseth, who was the principal trumpeter of the CSO for an incredible 53 years. If you haven't heard about either Jacobs or Herseth before, be sure to check out the links in the description. Arnold Jacobs was the father of modern brass playing and teaching. He often used different medical breathing devices that are used in physical therapy to help patients that are recovering from operations or surgery. What I wanted to show you is just one that I personally like to use to make sure that I'm really moving my air through my trumpet. There are a couple of different kinds, but since I live on a budget, I bought this one for around $3.50 from a medical supplier online. By the way, shipping was about $10. You buy 3 of the things, shipping is still $10, and you get your money's worth. So this thing is called an Incentive Spirometer. And other than having a super cool sounding name, it's a great visual tool to make sure that you're moving your air correctly. It accomplishes the same thing as that piece of paper visual that we talked about earlier, but with this thing, there's this nifty little ball that floats if you're moving your air correctly. Now, when you put a mouthpiece in and you buzz, the ball should also float. What's really interesting is that you can buzz a pitch on your mouthpiece, but if you're not using your air correctly, the ball won't budge. It's only when you really move air through the mouthpiece that the ball will start floating up to the top. Doing this exercise while tonguing something will also really show you if you're stopping your air between articulations. Focusing on getting the ball to consistently float will give you a good sense of how you should always be moving your air when you're playing the trumpet. Again, a piece of paper gets the job done, but the Incentive Spirometer gives you a really clear visual of what's going on with your airflow. If you really want to delve into the world of efficient breathing, because really, this video only scratches the surface, check out some of the links that I put in the description that will take you to some Arnold Jacobs videos and resources. So just remember, the trumpet is a wind instrument. It resonates when we fill it with warm, forward-moving wind. Okay, one last little detail before getting to some exercises. When you switch from breathing in to blowing out, make it one seamless motion. Avoid holding your breath when going from breathing to blowing. That just causes tension. It's an instinctive response that's built in to avoid getting the wind knocked out of you when somebody comes to attack you. And that's the opposite of what we want as a glorious wind instrumentalist. We want to make sure we have all the natural and easy wind that we can have. Just breathe in and breathe out. Try this. Breathe in nice and full. Before you breathe out, try talking or singing. If you can't, it means that you're stopping the air. Keep trying it until you can start to talk. Your goal is one continuous natural stream of air with direction. In and out. That's it. Okay, these are just some common exercises. If you haven't done these before though, make sure to have something to sit on behind you or to fall on in case you get a little bit lightheaded. If you haven't done these breathing exercises before, you might not be used to having as much oxygen in your system and you will get lightheaded. So, just fair warning. Okay, first, let's do a little meditation. Just relax and breathe. Notice how easy and natural it is. In, out, in, out. Okay, now that you are awake from your wonderful meditation, here we go. Take a nice full breath through your mouth like you're yawning or like you're jumping into that warm pool that we were talking about. And then exhale naturally with the light embouchure formed, maybe like you're blowing bubbles in the water. Now, remember to breathe in and back out in one motion. Okay, let's breathe in for 4 and then out for 4. Nothing fancy. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, in. Out. Easy peasy, right? Try to use all of your air. Try to spend it all. And now let's breathe in for 2 and out for 16. If you're doing this on your own, you can always breathe in for 2 and then out for 8, in for 4, out for 8, in for 4, out for 57, whatever works for you. But for this video, let's go in for 2 and out for 16. Now make sure that you pace yourself when you're blowing out for 16 so you can use all of your air. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and now how about in for 1 and out for 1? Use all of your air. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and do one more time and make sure that you're doing it in one continuous motion and that you're using all of your air. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and we're going to stop there because we don't want to burn up YouTube servers with 60 minutes of breathing exercises because it's already been done. In any case, these exercises show the basic concept. Do some nice relaxed breathing every day before playing. You can also do some more exercises like this as a great cool down to release any tension that you accidentally built up while playing. Of course, these are just a couple of examples. Go ahead and come up with your own exercises. Get creative. And get some ideas from Pat Sheridan's and Sam Palafian's breathing gym. It has a lot of really fun exercises to really work your efficiency and capacity. I put the link in the description. Hey, one more thing. When we're playing actual, real music and not just doing breathing exercises, be sure to breathe in time. For example, if you're doing something in 3/4, a nice lyrical passage, you can breathe in on beat 3 if it's a slow 3, or you can breathe in on beat 1 if it's a quick 3. Either way, breathe in time. The same thing goes for 4/4. If I'm playing something quick in 4/4, maybe I breathe in on beat 3 and then come in on the downbeat of the next measure. In any case, we want to be sure that we breathe in time. It doesn't only help us develop our inner sense of time and rhythm, but it is also a fantastic way to work as an ensemble. When we all breathe together, we play together, which makes the music more powerful and more convincing for the audience. So just remember to keep things simple. Breathe in and exhale naturally. Breathe in time and in a way that makes sense with the music that you're playing. And start your practice session every day with some breathing exercises. And you'll find yourself not only playing longer phrases, but also playing with a fuller, warmer, and easier sound. Okay, thanks for hanging out. Be sure to subscribe to this channel to see when new content is added. Any questions, suggestions, or topics that you'd like me to cover, please feel free to let me know by leaving a comment below. In the meantime, go do a little meditation, focus on your breathing, do some exercises, and have a lot of fun practicing. I'll see you next time.